Hello my lovely spectators, Dee Dee here. Welcome to my studio. So I'm gonna cross my fingers that this is gonna continue to record, because I straight up raised up the camera, just trying to push my computer back a little bit, and guess what we're playing with, and trying to position it, but I can't see it now. In other words, I can't see what is happening, so I have to make sure to stay within this black area, right, in order to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. So today is Sunday, so we're going to shop our stash, okay, or shop your stash, stop the hoarding. So I went poking around and I dug up these guys. Now I'm gonna take them out and do a quick little share. These are mixed media books, so they are from where was the company? They are from Ciao Bella. They're made in Italy. They are basically called LuMania pastime mixed media books, right? So they are specifically catering themselves to say that they are for junk journaling, right? And each of the pads has 50 double-sided pages, 39 unique designs, 11 ephemera pages with cards, tags, tickets, fussy cuts, etc. Ideal for junk journaling, scrapbooking, collage, and mixed media. So they are an A4 because they are European imported into the US, and 140 GSM, which I tried to look up and could not find. It's not as hard as cardstock. It's not as thin as copy paper. So I've purchased these a minute ago because my local place that I go to is called Scrapalate. I'm gonna link their website because they ship. I don't know if they ship international, but I know they ship USA. And they had these there because they're starting to find people coming into the establishment asking for junk journaling stuff. So there's this. Now I'm not affiliated. I'm not getting paid for any of this. These are just items that I purchased, and they came to my house. I mean, listen, it was probably like a month or more ago. So let me just take them all out. So according to this, they were, look at this. See, I didn't even open it. $14.50 for the packet. The paper is matte. It feels really smooth. And I must have looked at this one because this one is open. Yeah, I looked at that one. And yeah, so they're all the same. Okay, I don't see any specific dates as to like release dates or anything. So I don't know what came first or what is still available, to be honest with you guys. But let me tell you, they smell like paper. They smell like paper that's been printed, like ink almost. So yeah, I don't know, but like we're shopping our stash, and I've been holding these and they've been sitting there, and it's just like I've been like, they're so beautiful. So I'm just gonna, like, they have these letters, they have a lot of different pages that are just, oh, look at that. They are beautiful. Oh my goodness. And I don't know how to use them. I'm so hesitant to use them because they're so beautifully designed that how could you even consider like cutting into them? But again, that's how we also treat the Tim Holtz, right? He's got such awesome stuff. I mean, look, they even have those strips. So yeah, so this is the black and white one. Okay, do they have names? No, I don't see. Meaningful Memories, maybe. Okay, this one, yeah, this one is called Quintessential. So there's some numbers here. So this is, let me give you that information, right, before we start cracking into them. So it's a MA005, Meaningful Memories. And yes, from Italy. So And this one is called Quintessential. So this is another, I mean, they're all gorgeous, right? So the back page is a little thicker than the other pages, and it has tags. I mean, look at these designs. Who in them? I'm hyperventilated thinking about today's video. So I don't even know. I'm gonna stick to just doing one thing from, oh, look at this, is so cute. The bubbles, the bubbles. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna pull a few things out. We have some envelopes here. We're going to make a folio, I guess. This one is called MA006 Journey Ahead. Okay, and in here we've got travel. Oh, so good, so grunge. Oh my gosh, I love it. I want to turn the video off and just put them back on the shelf. But what's the point of buying them and just having them sit there and not do anything and not make something beautiful, you know, from this wealth of gorgeous, oh, I love this, gorgeousness, right? Okay, so we got that one, and then the last one that we have is called Pastime, MA004. So let me take a look. So what they had when I purchased was 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I don't know what M001 and 2 are, but after this video, I'm gonna go look it up and see if they have a 7, 8, and a 9 over at the ChowbellaPaper.com. Anyway, so which one should we use? I don't know. It should be random, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put this on the side for a minute, and let's figure out what the base is gonna look like. So I figured I'll take out a bunch of envelopes that I have. So I have a stack of these, maybe from the dollar store. I'm not quite sure. They were in a box of these guys that I had purchased off of someone. They don't have windows, which is fine. And yeah, so let's think about making something out of this with some flips and some flaps and such and such. So we'll maybe do okay, let's see, we have 3 of these. Let's maybe do 3 of these, and then can we do a couple of these? Maybe have some other flaps coming on. Oh, this guy doesn't want to open. And if we could figure that out, then we'll go back to pick out which one we want to use. So do we want to do something like this? So we have this that flaps out that way, then we open it this way, we've got a pocket, and then this could flap this way, and then we open it this way, we have that pocket, and then we have this over here. So I don't think I'm gonna do like a pamphlet stitch. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe like a notebook, a long notebook, like a to-do kind of thing, maybe. I don't know. I'll pull some coffee dyed paper or something at some point. So what do you guys think? Is that too basic? I don't know. Is that too basic? Can we do a second layer? Or am I gonna be trying to get too extra? Oof. Because maybe I could do something like this, right? Staggered, and then it's like this and like that, and then the whole thing could flip over, and then we could do this. You know what? The more the merrier of these envelopes. Okay, so all I need to do now, well, well, some of the things we're gonna need to cover prior, and some of the things we're just gonna cover, and we also need to pick out an ink to ink the edges of this. So yes, let's see here. Okay, so if we take one envelope, we do something like this. So let's see, we put that there, so at least that looks purposeful. And then this here, okay, we can create this for one side, and then we're going to do the same thing over here, right? We're gonna bring this one to the bottom, or maybe we'll put this one to the top so it's not so bottom heavy. And then the other one is gonna be out here, and that's gonna be in the middle and purposeful like that. Okay, so then this is going to be like this. And then this one, what are we gonna do? Are we going to, how are we gonna affix this over here? Okay, we're gonna have to fix this like this. Are we going to, let's see, what can we do? We gotta do something to the middle. I could close this off, make the pockets. Could open this side, possibly. Okay. And this goes like this. I'll figure that out. So I think I'm gonna do the wings. I guess we're gonna call them the wings first, and then we'll figure out how they're going to join to the middle. Okay, so at least we have that thought of. So now I need to take some measurements so I have some idea of like what's going on here. So let me get a piece of scrap paper. Oh no, I have some little paper here. I don't need to take a fresh piece of paper. Let me take a piece of this. Let me grab a nice pen. Let's take this pen. Okay, so the legal size envelope, right, is, what is this? The legal size envelope is 9.5. I need to measure a little higher for you guys, right? No, 9.5. So we got 3 of those and 4 of the little ones. So 9.5, or just under 9.5. 9.5. So we're talking about 9.5. And then we have this as 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and just under, let's say 4 1/4, right? I'm probably gonna go under because actually we're gonna need to put in here. Even though this is a nice pattern, right? It's pretty nice. It's not gonna go with what we're doing there. The smaller ones are legal, and let's see, the small one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So 6.5, and then their height is approximately 3 3/4, 3 3/4, but actually a little shorter than that. Okay, so we're gonna need to decorate this, the outsides of all of them, and we're gonna need to also put a sheet. Actually, I don't mind the black one. The blue is a little stark, but depends on which one we decide to use. We're also gonna need to cover inside the pocket, right? So that's gonna be something we have to consider covering. Okay, and so we're gonna need to do that 4 times, and then we need to do this 3 times. So we're gonna need to cover the back, which will actually be the front, and then the inside pockets to kind of do that with each other at some point. Right, so we don't have to cover the whole thing because we're going to be able to glue that down like such. Okay, so it's just a matter of what is this going to do. Okay, let me see how this looks on the back over here. Okay, so that matches up. Okay, so that's good. That's a good thing to note. Okay, so I could just do that. Do I want to make this a whole pocket? I could do that. Okay. So I need to pick. I don't know how to pick. I don't know what to tell you to do, what to pick. So it was what? 4, 5, 6, and 7? 5, no, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pick a number from 3, 4, 5, and 6. A number, 3, 4, 5, or 6. 3. Okay, so we're doing 3. Okay, so this is 3. That's what we're doing. Trust me, they did 3. Camera shy. All right, so we're gonna use this. Oh my god. Anyway, so let me also show some features that I noticed. So it is bound up here by staples, two staples, not two sets, two staples, and you can easily open those staples on the inside, which was awesome. And I said, oh cool, we could add them to signatures, except that it's perforated as well, so they will totally fall apart easily. They come out. I haven't even tried. I'm so scared. They come out easily, right? So yeah. Okay, so we need to pick some pages to cover. So obviously I'm not going to take anything that has like ephemera on it. So all of these pages are kind of out. You know what? I'm going to open this up with my little staple opener. Okay, then we'll go to the other side and take it out. Take this out and take this out. Okay, take this out, take this out. Now, obviously, these things look cute on their own. You could eventually, you could cut this out and add it into a cluster, totally. The front page, at least these guys up here, totally can be used for cards. So, but you also have this on the back and you have this on the back. So you have options with this. Right now, we're going to just take out everything that has an ephemera to it or fussy cut. So we're going to see what we have left that's not part of that situation. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. This is not, oh wait, here we go. There's another one. That's the center. We got her. Okay, this is, let's keep her. Wait, sorry, I'm losing it. That's a fussy cut, and that's a fussy cut. So all of these belong together. Oh wow, this is becoming a handful. So this is that. Let's go here. So, okay. Now I see. I see what I'm doing. I'm going cuckoo. So the other side of this is a fussy cut. This is not. So we're gonna separate. Oh my God! You saw how nicely that ripped off. This is also usable. We're not gonna ruin any fussy cuts. This is also usable. Wow, she's probably usable. Now that's the other thing that's going to torture me, is trying to use a face. And this is usable. So I would assume most of the faces are going to be not having fussy cuts on the back. Yeah, so see, interesting how we can do this. That's not fussy cuts. That's not. Okay, and this is not. Okay, so everything else here, just to reach to double check, has fussy cut on it, right? Here we go, there we go, there we go. Yes, so it's really a matter of what do you want more. But you have a combination of mini pieces and then solids, so you can figure that out. Just because this is feeling in the way, I'm going to take off the strip, which came off so easily from the other ones. But I think it's because I'm trying to take off more than one at a time. Okay, so you know what? That could be done for a window collage. We'll leave them on there for now. So let's put all the fussy cut pieces onto the side and let's see what we have. Okay, so A4 is different than letter size in that A4 is a little bit taller and I think a slight bit narrower than our standard letter size. So we're 8.5 by 11. They are in centimeters. I believe it's 8.25 by 11.5, but I'll measure it in a minute just because I want to, you know, give you information. It's not like you have probably never heard this from any other creator, but I want to be thorough because maybe I may be the visit for the first time of somebody doing something. So I'm probably gonna put, of course, the Shop Your Stash title, etc., in my title. And I did like last time we did the Tim Holtz. I'm gonna put the name of these packets, which again are LuMania from Chalbella, and I'm gonna probably put that in the title, of course, in the description, along with the place where I purchased mine, local to me. But you can again go to any place that may sell this line and purchase if you see fit. All right, so some of these are coming off a little bit rough, so I was not expecting that. I thought they were all going to be kind of, you know, on the good side. Okay, so I believe they're eight and a quarter. So we're definitely going to need some full panels, and we're going to need to also mix and match. But if you stay within one collection, probably everything is going to work out fine. So we've got the door, we've got some numbers and some other doors. I like the doors. Okay, the faces I need to put up here because I'm not sure. I'm scared to use them because they're so beautiful. We've got some rusted and we've got some butterflies. So I prefer this one. I prefer this one. I kind of like this one. I like the door, but I think I'm gonna just keep the ones that I kind of prefer facing up. We have another beautiful image. They almost look anime, kind of. So let's see, this side or this side. They're both beautiful, but I love to tend towards green, so I'm gonna put that upside for now. This versus this, I think I like this, but it's too stark. I want some movement. I love the doors again, but if we have enough doors, I like this side for some lightness. Oh, the bubbles. I know they're not bubbles. They're probably ink blotches. This is also too beautiful. I'm going to leave this side up for now. We have another beautiful girl with some other pattern there, so she goes over there. This side and this, I like this side a little better. This side, they're both beautiful. She's going to go over there. I have one like this. I think this side I like both, but we'll put that one up first. Another beautiful girl. I love how their clothing is like, the ones that have clothing is made out of paper. So cool. So I think that, I don't know, I think I might want to do something with those that's a little more permanent based. We shall see. And this is the last one. I'm on the fence. I feel like I use this kind of stuff all the time, and this is not usually the stuff that I've used. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of those had double-sided, and then they included, we had 5 faces that I'm not going to touch right now. Okay, all right. Excuse me. So I'm gonna put this up here. I don't know if you cannot see it because it's on my laptop, but we're going to figure out what we're gonna cover, right? So yeah, so let me put this over here and let me get that measurement for you. So these are, yeah, like I said, they're 8 1/4 by excuse me, 11 1/4. Okay, so we need to have okay, so I want to do like a mirror, so both sides should have the same patterns. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? I mean, it's just gonna be, let's see how it looks, right? But then here's the dilemma, right? It's easy if I want to do this, right? I can get a piece like that, no problem, and I could get a panel. But if I have to also cover this part of it, then this is one and done, right? It can't be used for anything else. And then that's my dilemma, because now it becomes more involved than I would have thought. Let's see, does this fit in here? Because that's another thing. Directionality doesn't really have to matter too much. Okay, cool, cool. All right. So it does fit pretty decent. A little bit of whiteness showing on the little edges there, but I'm not mad at that. And then you do lose the picture, but I'm just trying something out right now. Right? So trial and error. This is a Sharpie Stash, but also we don't know what we're doing. So we're playing. We're playing now. So I want to see how this one page gets these together, if it does at all, because that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. I know that I'm losing a lot of page going in to the thing. You know, it's a lot of page being like kind of lost, right? But it does do that. But I could yeah, I could bring that out until, you know, it's like that. Thinking, we are thinking, right? And then that would be like this. And then let me see where this other one here, like this. Okay. So I could, okay, I'm getting ideas, So I would use maybe something like this that I would be possibly using this over here, right, to cover. I'm thinking, okay, all right. We gotta cut paper. I know, guys. I know we have to cut paper. Okay. We are going to put a couple of creases into something that I'm like, eh. So, yeah, so we have these two that are similar. So I think we're going to use these two for the outside of these, okay? And then on the inside, we're going to cross over these two, okay? So that's the plan for these. Okay, so we're thinking out the process, okay? Then we have one more that we can, I don't know. I don't know. Well, this actually would go with it. So that's an option because I could possibly, can I get two of these out of this? No. I could maybe get two of these, right, up to here and there. Okay, yeah, all right, I could do that. But for the inside, okay, and then for the outside, we need to introduce something else. I really like this, but can I do two? I can do one like this, and I can do one like that, possibly. Is it gonna work? It might just work. It might just work for the outside. Okay, we're gonna use this one. So then we need another two outside. Even though I love the doors, no, I don't want to do that. I want this funky stuff here. Let's see here. I don't want the butterflies. Maybe this. Oh, I like this. Okay, and definitely not that. Maybe this. Okay. Decisions. Okay, you know what? We're gonna start. We're gonna just start. We're gonna grab a pencil, and we're going to trace out the piece that we're going to put on top. Okay. So, and then we will cut it out. So we're going to go here, here, ooh. I know my hand's in the way, but I gotta, okay, maybe not. Yeah, these envelopes are not 100% perfect. So, is this lighter? No, I wanted this side. You wanted this side. Don't look, like Margaret says, don't look on the back. Don't look on the back. Okay. I don't know where that other line is. Somehow it disappeared. Okay. So we're going to do this. Okay. I need a strategy, guys. I need a strategy, and I'm not good at covering these things. I don't want a collage. I want this to be a full piece. So, see what I'm saying? Like the paper and this side over here is not lining up, and it's bothering me. Okay, we gotta move. We gotta move. We gotta move. We gotta move. Okay. I don't know. Now let me make sure that that is going to work. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right, we got that one. I can kind of see it. Now let's do the other one. And then I will cut them both out, and then we will attach them. So, again. Okay, okay. I'm not too worried about being so perfect because we are gonna ink the edges of the envelopes and whatnot. Okay, so let's start with these guys. Where are my scissors? Which scissors am I gonna use? Let's try these. Okay, so I gotta look for the pencil lines. I'm looking for the shine of the graphite or whatever it's called, the lead. It's not lead anymore, it's graphite, right? And I'm trying to cut around where I see that shiny bit. Oh my god, the satisfying sound of cutting paper. I always love it when I'm watching like Gail or Kathy and they cut paper. It's beautiful. It's such a nice sound. Okay, I know that I'm gonna need to clean up the edge, but I'm going to just erase the pencil mark on here. Okay, so we have one. Let me cut the other one. That's on this side. Okay, now we're going to do the same. Right there, like the sound, listen. Oh, so good. Now let's hope that these are good. Okay, so we're gonna put one here. Okay, looks pretty good. It's really edge to edge, so I probably needed to cut a little bit onto the inside, but I'm okay with that. We'll clean up the edge, and then let's see this one. Yes, beautiful. Let's attach them. So I need a gluey something. I'm gonna pull out this guy that I use sometimes to glue so that I could spread it all good. And I'm gonna use my chunky big fat, where is he? Hello. Here we go. This guy. All right. Oh my god. Right. Us, because we're trying to cover a lot of space in one go. Oh, I hate this when this comes off on the sides and the inside and on the edges. No bueno. Okay, I'm gonna give it a good coating. Okay, and we're going to attach the envelope to this. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? We're gonna do this like this. We're gonna put it on the edge here, from edge to edge, and on the bottom, right? Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna get all professional. I'm gonna get the scraper to make sure that the glue is nicely adhered down, and I see already there's spots that it's not adhered down, so that's a interesting dilemma. Okay, so it's lifting up a little bit. Let me put it to the side to just dry a little bit. Okay, this, I don't like the fact that that did that. Okay, all right, let's do this one now. Okay, do that out from the middle. I think that's the way to go. Really get your glue going. Ah, I'm trying to glue my finger. Okay. And I'm going to pick up our envelope. We're going to bring this down to the edge. And I'll balance that out. Like that. Okay. We'll lay this down. Press. This is a scrap I'm going to probably use later. Let's press her out. Press her out. Press her out. Turn it over. Let's get that glue good and good. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take them both right now and put them under my mat so that they can dry a bit, and we need to continue to cover some things we decided to cover. Okay, so put these over here. So with this one, right, we decided that these we're going to go on the inside, and now the flap is going to flap onto whatever, but then we also we need another one. Okay, we're going to, let's see, I only need a little bit to cover. So first off, let's get this out the way. Okay, and you know my studio is small, so sometimes that even itself makes it feel longer for me to process things. So we said that this was 3 3/4, right? So 3 3/4. So let's prop this up over there. Let me look at it again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1/4. 6 1/4. I feel like the envelope's going like that. So 6 1/4. 6 1/4. No, 6 3/8. So 6 3/8. Let's do that. Let's cut this piece 6 3/8. So let's grab the trimmer. Craft-a-lanch. Okay. And so I want to cut off a piece that is 6. Ugh, I hate that. 6 1/4. 6 1/2 is over here. So I don't want 6 1/2. I want 6 3/4. Okay, we're gonna do some reverse math. Hold up, because I hate this trimmer that you can't see this. So we know that the page is 8 1/4, and I need 6 3/8, right? So this is 2 8s, right? Equivalent. And so we're going to need to borrow. So that's going to make this 10 8s. So 7 8s, 1 7/8. Does that make sense? No, because it's 11. I'm supposed to be dealing with the 11 1/4 side. 11 1/4 side, right? Which is the height of this. I need 6 and 3 8s. Sorry, 3 8s. So this is going to become 2 8s. So I'm going to need to have it be a 10 and add the 8s over here. So I'm going to have 10 8s. So we're going to have 4 and 7 8s. So this is the side that I need to cut off. So what am I having on the inside is this. So I need to cut off 4 and 7 8s. This is 4 and this is 4 and 7 8s. Okay, this should be, see, the stupid computer's in my way. Okay, so now this should fit on the other piece, And this, if I'm mathing correctly, should fit inside here. Let's see. Bravissimo, bravissimo. Okay. It's a little snug because like I don't know why, but the envelope seems to be wanting to go like that. But I don't have to stick it that far because we're just covering that little bit. And maybe just a little ticky inside here, right? So, and then a little bit past it, right? So maybe to here. Okay, so let's see how much that is. That is about 2. Just over 2. So we know that this is 8 and this is 8. This is 9 1/4. Why is this 9 1/4? Oops, sorry. Scoosy. Okay, and this was, I don't know. I'm looking at this like it's odd. No, that was right. That was 11. Okay, 11 and whatever. All right, and then this way is, why is it giving, oh, it's from here. No, that's not right. From there. Why is it giving me so much? It's telling me that this is 9 1/4. That's not whatever. So there's some little, I don't know, some mysticism is happening here. So if this is 9 1/4, let's cut it in half. So it'd be 4 1/2 to make the 9, and then that little 1/8. Okay, I'm trying to see something. I'm taking a chance here, people. Again, with the stupid computer in the way. Oh no! Frustrations. Fudge. Fudgy. Alright, people. I am not happy right now. I just want to turn the video off. Okay. That's alright. That's okay. You know what? That'll be the piece we tuck in. So this is now 4 1/2. So we're going to do 2 1/4 and a little bit. And let's hope this stupid computer. Oh my god, why don't you want to cut this paper? Shoot. Alright. Alright. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Alright? We're gonna make it work. Alright. Let's I don't know. I'm coming down here to see where I can see, because I can't see over there. This was again 4 1/2, so we're gonna do 2 1/4 and just a slight bit more. Okay, this paper needs a super sharp blade, for real. I just made a few little indent marks so I can see where I need to cut. Oh, I'm gonna have to see if I have another blade sharper on another trimmer. Yes, I have multiple trimmers, so whew. Okay, now that's disappointing. Okay, so we needed to put this inside 4 of them, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's see, if I put this here, I know it's ripped already, but just gonna see. I'll put this in here. Is that gonna matter too much? No. Okay. It's gonna work out. So I'm gonna cut a tiny sliver off of here so that I can get it in there. I'm also gonna grab a piece of Scotch tape to put on the back of this so it's not flippy flapping everywhere. Right? I'm gonna clean up this edge. Okay. And we're gonna put this guy back in. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to put this back in, and we're going to bring it up and then make the flap go like this so that it doesn't interfere. Right? We want to make sure that it's pushed up high enough that it doesn't interfere. So I'm pushing it with my finger, my thumb, up to where this is, right? That's what my strategy is. And now I'm holding it tightly, and I'm going to bring in the art glitter glue and try to get right under this little edge right here. Okay, so that way it does not move when I put it down. Okay, let's see here. Yep, and that's pretty much all you need, really, because it's gonna go this way, it's not gonna come out. So we got one. Okay, let's see, what's the other most rough one? This guy's a little rough. Let's clean this up a little bit over here. Okay, let's take a sliver off of this side because this is the more rough side. I'll take another little piece of tape and we will put it on the back side just to hold that little piece down. I mean, I probably could rip it off, but if you know you poke inside there, you kind of don't want to see that. And we're going to do the same thing. So again, I'm going to put this in to my pocket, and then I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to try to close my flap. I am pushing against it with my finger so that I can make sure that that paper is right up there inside that crease, right? Then I'm going to hold it real tight. I'm going to get this flap out of my way, and I'm going to add the glue, which is going to hold the whole piece of paper in there for sure. Okay, as close to the edge as I can. Then again, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to be pushing against, and I'm going to press this down. Okay, and I'm going to open it right away just in case some leakage happens, right? And we'll do some inking there. Okay, let's take out these guys so we can finish off those, right? So these ones have their back already. So let's do some cleanup around the edges. So we're going to clean that up here. We are going to need to do the fronts this side, but for right now we're going to do the inside. Okay, and we'll figure out the other piece in a minute. You know, we'll do that as well. But we're going to cut like this. Okay, try not to cut, you know, it's hard sometimes and you don't want to cut the actual envelope. Okay, this, I'm gonna cut this off the white that I see here because it's a little bit off, but that's okay. That is okay. Okay, and then on this side we're gonna cut off the edge here. Okay, right there. And now we're going to now fold that, right? So still a little bit wet. I could feel the coldness of it. So I want to fold it just so that I could be able to push against it for my inside to be good, right? So now it's open. And I want to put a piece of this in here. So again, we need to cut a tiny little sliver off. Okay. We're going to push this in here. Get that in there. We're going to get our thumb involved, right? And we're going to push against the flap so that we're not obstructing it from movement, right? But we are nice and tight up against it. Okay? And then we're going to fold it away, holding it tight. We're going to get in there. What is with this glob? Push that in there. We're not wasting any of that glue. Okay. If you want to go a little deeper with the nozzle like that and put more glue down there, you can. Okay, so then I'm still pushing it against, making sure that that pushes out. And then I open it so that nothing can get stuck on there. And then we're going to clean up this guy. So we'll do the same thing. We're going to look at the envelope on the other side, get rid of anything overhang. I do plan to ink it. I just refilled this little thingy, so maybe there's a little pressure in there that it's acting up. Okay. All right. And then we're going to do this side here. Okay. This is a little off here, which is fine. And then the other side looks good. So we're going to, again, find that crease, crease it up. Okay, so that's where we know where our crease is. Open it back up, and now let's push this bad boy in there. Let's take off a sliver here. Okay, sliver is literally a sliver. Okay, now I'm gonna put this in here like we did before. And we're going to, again, using our thumb, we're going to push that up against, right? Provide some resistance, provide some pushing, right? And push it up against the fold. Make sure that it pushes it enough that we know that it's not intruding. Fold it back this way, holding it tight. And we're going to stick our little glue nozzle in there and run across as close to the edge as we can, and a little bit more if we want to. Okay, and still pushing that up. We're going to make sure that our flap can fold, and then we'll open it up so we're not, thought I saw another little spot open up. Yes. Okay, let's get that in here. So, all right. So we're almost done with these little guys. We still need to do this flap here. So let's take a, you gotta take our a piece of paper to do that. So this piece, we said, was gonna go on the back of the middle, except it's not long enough. So what happened? ¿Qué pasó? I think I was supposed to do it the other way. All right, we will see. We will see. Can we use it? Nope. So this will be another scrap for something else. Maybe we'll add a pocket. Okay. So we need to do the big ones. Okay. So let's see. So right now, okay, we got these two guys, right? So we know that we're gonna add paper there. So this was one side. So we said we were going to have one that matched the middle, right? Exactly like that. Does this look upside down? No. And then we would have another one, which we haven't decided the outside would be up here for a stagger, right? And then we would have this guy on the other side, have that same middle for balance, but then this one would be down here to stagger. Okay, so I think we're gonna need to swap these because the flower looks better this way. Okay, and then this one can go over here, and that's fine, I guess. I guess that's fine, right? So we will have this like this. Okay, like that. Okay, something like that. Okay. All right, so what do we need to cover next? We need to cover this one. And I don't think we have to cover this flap. So, and we don't have to cover the flap of the other one. Bless you. Okay, cannot use this because it is not big enough. So again, we need a fresh piece of paper that we can use that is going to fit both of these covers. So we need something like this, right? Okay, so let's just mark it and then cut it, okay, with the scissor and the knife, with the knife or the scissor, it doesn't matter. Okay, all right. Okay, is that what I want to do? Let's make sure. Can I fit another one there? No. All right, so because we're using these guys, we are losing a good amount of I don't know. All right, guys, let's just do this. Let's do this. Okay. So we're gonna bring this down like that over here, and then right here. Okay. That is what we're cutting. So we're gonna get our scissors out, and we're just gonna cut that like that. Okay, I'm gonna cut this down here. Put this over there, and then we're gonna cut down the middle. Okay. Glue surface. And okay, do I want to put this on the outside? I think so. Instead of this, that's a little blah. Let's keep it going with the nice fancy. Or is it too much of a contrast? Let's see. If this is up here with that, or with this is a little bit better to kind of battle it. Right? I think that's too much. Yeah, I think we'll go with the dull side. It's not dull, it's pretty, but it's just, you know, it's not fighting with you, you know? Okay, let's glue this guy up. Okay, so we're going to again attach. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up here to this edge. Okay, and then we're going to, where's my little scrapey? Oh, here we go. We're going to, let's see here, I'm a little off. Let's move it a little bit this way. Oh, come on. This glue dries super fast. It's like already dried. It's like, yep, what the heck. Let's try this again. Let's do 1/2 of this to this edge over here. Okay, and then we will add some more glue on this right here. And then we will have our nice, there we go. All right, I'm gonna put it under this desk mat for a minute. And we're gonna do the same thing again over here. I'm just gonna glue one side. Learning from the other experience. And we're gonna bring that to up here to this edge. Right, and then okay, that's there. And now we're gonna go in here with a ton more adhesive, get all the rest of it, put that down, and then we're going to, okay, we got that. All right, we're gonna put it under here for a minute or so, and then we need to look at the other pieces that we have to cover. So this is going to get adhered to this exactly. Okay, now this part needs to be covered, right? So this entire thing needs to be covered, and then that way this will flop out, and we still need to cover that. Okay, so that's a definite. And then we need to cover the inside. It's a lot of things to cover here, people. This is going to be here. It's going to need to be covered. that as well. So we need to get the outside pieces. So we need to figure out what this is going to be covered with. That'll be our next piece to consider, and that these are going to be on top. All right, and we're going to definitely have to use two different ones, so we're not going to be able to use the same on both. So we had these two papers left. Okay, so how did that happen? Oh, we have more up here. What do I want? What do I want? We've used a lot of this. I think I'm over that. So maybe these two, they're kind of similar but slightly different, right? And they're gonna kind of point towards each other. Do we think that's a thing? Let's see. Can I pull this off? No, it's not long enough. If it was wide enough, that would have been perfect, but it's not. We have to take it from this. Okay, let me see something else that was here. How about this? Which one goes butter? Better. What do you guys think? I need help. Or we could do this in conjunction to this. What's on the sides? The other sides. I'm gonna do these two. I'm second guessing myself again. No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do these two. That's it. I'm gonna do these two. Okay, so this one, if this one is covered here, then this one would be on top of it like that. So that's gonna look like that. That's all right. And then the other one would be on top of this, or maybe we do it the other way around. That's a better contrast. Okay, yeah, so these two pieces work for me. Okay, so let's take out this and let's cut the pieces out. So we're gonna need to do the same thing before my little process here. So I'm gonna trace what I want to cut. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it down nice and nicey, and then I will cut that out. And then the same thing over here. I'm going to put it against the edge here and then cut this out. And again, the edges will be inked after everything is kind of put together. I'm not going to ink as we go. All right. So let's cut these bad boys out. Where is my... There it goes. Because art glitter glue will start acting up. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to be a long one, guys. But hopefully you're staying and hanging out. Okay. Alright. I mean, sometimes crafting just takes time. I mean, all these little decisions to make. You know? But I am proud of myself for busting into this. Okay, so that one's there. We can use that for ephemera, pockets, etc. And then here we go with the next one. And again, the satisfying scissor sound. The scissor sound is satisfying. Okay, let me not be silly. Okay, so I'm literally cutting on the line. Some of you might want to cut on the inside if you line up an envelope or anything like that, so that you can get a little bit of the original showing. Cutting on it or just outside of it would give you that little bit of extra to kind of nip off if you know you needed to. So let's get this bad boys on here. Okay, so got one ready. Let's get our glue going. I think I'm gonna do the same strategy. I'm gonna glue the bottom here, and then I'm gonna just lift up and glue underneath it, because this glue is drying super fast. And so I'm matching up the edge to all the way across, putting that down. Now that's there. And then now I'm gonna go under here and I'm gonna fill in the rest with glue so that it could be adhered completely. Okay. Nice, make sure it's glued like the whole, you know, especially on the crease and on the edges, right? The center, it's all right. Where's my scrapey? Okay, scrapey. Okay, so we're gonna also tuck this underneath for a minute until we have to put them all together. Okay, so again, we're going to put glue on just the edge here, nice all the way across, good amount. We're going to bring it up to the edge of the paper, the envelope, right on that edge, and then we'll put that down, and we're going to fill in again the rest with a good amount of adhesive on the edges and across the crease so that it could make sure it doesn't separate. And we want to get the edges really good. Okay, and then we can bring my scrapey. Okay, so I see a little bit of white. I saw a little bit of overhang on the other one. That's okay. We'll clean it up and then we will use it from there. Okay, so those two, and let's get these out and clean these up. Okay, so we're gonna clean those up. We're gonna clean these up. Okay. I think I might have made a mistake. Let's hope not, but we shall see. Not with the cutting, well, that too. But I believe I meant to put this flap underneath what I just laid down. So this is why we didn't do this. So we may need to put another piece on there, but you know what? It is what it is. It's good. It's good. It's all good. Okay. See, this is what happens when you try to craft off the cuff. Off the cuff crafting. Okay. So so now we have our covered in there, covered outside. It was supposed to be, yeah, I think it had to have been on that. Oh no, maybe we'll put it someplace else so that all we have to do is cover this piece. We shall see. Maybe we might need to put it in a different location. Oh, this got a little stuck, so let's open that up. Okay, so that is that. Let's bring these guys out just to clean them up around the edges. Okay, so I'm looking for any overhang that could be sticking out. Okay, and over here I have some. Here, and then on this side I have some white, so I'm just gonna get rid of it because why not? Okay. Okay, and now we'll take the other one and clean this one up. It's like the same size envelope, and we traced them, whatever. I traced one twice, and look, we can't even it's like more has to be cut off. So that just shows you that irregularities in manufacturing, you gotta just, you know, go with the, okay, I saw a little flap open over here, so again, super fast gluing, drying is crazy. All right, we're gonna throw some glue in there. There's a little opening over here. Come on, get in there. And there's an opening over here. So this dark, what is it? The rice? Oh no, I'm not. I'm so I got a whole bunch of these. I got like a pack of these big ass one. Oops, excuse me, my French. Big ones, big hunky dory glue sticks. I'm gonna have to figure out where they're actually gonna be useful, because since you know, genuine stuff, I don't know. I don't have faith that they're not going to, you know, just mess up. Okay, yes. Okay. Alright guys, I don't even know how long I've been doing this for. So I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna upload it, and if you come to see the whole thing, thank you. Because I know this is long. I know. Because to make something from scratch without even thinking can be a ridiculously time consuming, because you're processing every little thing. So yeah, this has a little bit more from when I folded it, which shows me that it's not completely dry, but that's okay. We need to have that fold in there. All right, and so we said that this one was going to have, where did they go? Where did my other envelopes go? Oh, here you go. Was going to have one of these on it, right? And then it would flip open like that. So this would have to be adhered. So there was nothing here because we are going to stick that so that this is going to be visible. So I still need to cover that. The problem is, where's the other one? I did not remember that was happening. So do I want to do I don't want to do a double. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do with that. We shall see. But this I definitely want to glue like that. And then this will need an inside and also another. But I think I could glue them together without that being a problem. And then, like I said, we're going to ink everything after the fact. Okay. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for the other envelope. Where is it? Oh, here it goes. Oh my goodness. Okay, and this was gonna go here, right? Is that what we said? So it'd be like this, and then this would flap out and that would flap out. Or do we want it this way and this way? No, I think this was supposed to go with this one so that there's contrast there. Now the words look like they need to be on this side, so that's gonna have to happen. And then this one is going to go on this one right there. So we can have it like that, open like that, and then like that, or we can have it that and that. So yeah. Okay, so let's glue these two bad boys together. Okay, so they're tucked together there, and I'm just gonna put a ton of glue. Not a ton, but I'm going to put a decent fair amount of glue on this edge so that they can be stuck together, but on this side. Okay. That looks interesting. Okay. And then on this side, you open this up. You see a little bit there, but you know what? We'll ink that up. That's not going to be a problem. I think this is going to have to be a two-parter, guys. I think I'm going to attach these two together, have a think, and then have to come back with a resolution to what's going to happen to finish off this folio. So I appreciate if you come back. If you don't, I understand. But I will indicate that this is the building phase 1 of this folio journal thing in the title, so that you know that there's a second part coming. Okay, because I think we're over an hour. So I want to stop here. I want to put these two together. So I want to have them somehow connect here in a way that's going to allow me to also use a flap of this. So maybe this might get adjusted into here, something like this maybe, and flap out. I don't know, that might be interesting. And I don't know how wide this is going to be, so I have some other ideas from what the original was. So we definitely have the two pieces on the inside. We have our lovely outside, right? So this will be kind of like what it may look like. I don't know. We shall see. And yeah, and so we have another envelope to use. We've got a bunch of nice scraps that we're going to put over there. We're going to cry in our sleep tonight. Because we actually use something. No, this is a good thing. We use this, yeah. So this might be a two-parter because I had to do a shop your stash. So now that she's cracked open this package anyway, I'm gonna need to finish off this journal. So I want to thank anybody who's new, who came and watched this far, and hopefully you enjoyed my process and my kookiness. And for those of you that are new, please consider subscribing. By all means, like, comment. We love those things. And anyone who has been a constant revisit and you are subscribed, thank you so much for coming back again and again. And until the next time, you need to shop your stash and stop the hoarding. So we'll be bringing this back next Sunday to kind of finish off. So thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day. Until next time, ciao ciao, bye.